from the corners of the country, from the cities and the farms, with years and years of living tucked up underneath their arms. They walk away from everything just to see a dream come true. So God bless the boys who make the noise on 16th Avenue.
Nashville is a magical place. When I pull into Nashville, I feel within the humidity of the air a sense of true music history.
Nashville is the mecca for most of us who have loved country music. I know that I always wanted to move here and live here. As long as I can remember, I've always wanted to be part of Nashville.
Known around the world as Music City, Nashville has been the headquarters of country music for more than 40 years.
I think the change of moving the heart of country music to Nashville slowly developed because of one thing, the Grand Ole Opry.
This is the country music capital of the world, Nashville, Tennessee. And from the Ryman Auditorium, live just as it happens, the Grand Ole Opry.
The Grand Ole Opry's aggressive talent drive during World War II produced an all-star cast that was unmatched by any other radio barn dance.
That's why the country music business landed here, because the record companies were having to come in, haul all their equipment in, record all of their hillbillies while they were here, and then go back to New York. And somebody came up with a brilliant idea, well, if that's where all the hillbillies are, why don't we set up studios down there? And that's how this whole thing began.
I've never had time to wonder.
As Nashville grew into a recording center, producers like Owen Bradley and Chet Atkins shaped the music into what's now called the Nashville Sound. The Nashville Sound brought pop sophistication to country music.
What kind of day you had.
The Nashville Sound is a very, very important thing to our kind of music. Chet was a tremendous force in that. So was Owen Bradley. Heck. That was fine. That was fine. That brought the music out of the hills and brought it uptown.
That I was breaking your heart.
The idea was to make country music palatable to pop music listeners. Instead of fiddles, records had violins. The banjo, the steel guitar, and other hillbilly sounds were replaced with smooth, polished arrangements.
But time.
And I've often sat around and thought, what is the Nashville Sound? I think it's a combination of the musicians, the producers at that time, the limited equipment that we had to work with. I think what it was a pure love of what we were doing.
I don't think I've ever done an interview when I wasn't asked, what is the Nashville Sound? I don't know what the heck it is, but I think it's more of a sales tag. Owen Bradley said that's what it was, and he's always been right as far as I know.
Well, more of a system than a sound, everybody chiming in and offering to help. There was some sort of a sound that maybe developed. Some people say it's the string sounds and all that. And the only difference is we simplified them.
Sweet dreams of you. Every night I go through.
Back then it was pretty relaxed. All Patsy ever took was a tape of the song she was going to do. The musicians had never heard it before she got there. But she would sing the song a cappella or play a tape, and the musicians would listen and write it down and just take off. Owen Bradley, who was her producer, he'd been an orchestra leader, and he liked plush stuff, and everybody was trying to get away from being called hillbillies.
The Nashville Sound is now known around the world. The music Owen Bradley and Chet Atkins helped create turned Nashville into a billion-dollar business and recording center. But the industry had modest beginnings.
Tell me why, baby, why, baby, why you make me cry, baby, cry.
First sessions in Nashville was in a radio studio, which had been treated for recording. And the thing that I remember most, we recorded on what we called a transcription, you know, a record that big around that they used on radio. This was long before tape was ever, I guess, thought of.
But we'd wait till the daytime station signed off the air, and we'd hang quilts on the wall or take them down or whatever to get the muffled or deadened sound that would lend itself to a recording. The engineer would have his equipment set up in one room. They wouldn't even have adjoining rooms. So he'd come into the studio where the musicians were and say, now, when I leave, count to 10 and start picking, you know. And they couldn't see each other or couldn't stop till it was over.
When I came to Nashville in 1950, there was one studio. It was called Castle, and it was in the Tulane Hotel, which no longer exists.
And then one day, Owen Bradley built a studio out on 16th Avenue, and that's when all of us started moving out to that area. That's how 16th Avenue became Music Row.
The early Nashville recordings were done in makeshift studios with engineers who were moonlighting after their daytime radio jobs.
My dreams are shattered, don't you see? Now you no longer care for me.
We bought a few speakers and a Lampex machine or two, and that was about it. A little board that you wouldn't believe. I think it cost about $900 total.
Back when I started recording, everybody that was on the session was there at one time, from the strings to the vocals to the rhythm to everybody. And you got it then, or you just didn't get it. You'd come back. There was no coming back and overdubbing, because we only had 2 tracks. I mean, when we got 3 tracks, we were really uptown. We hardly knew what to do with the 3rd track.
Never had time to see. Oh, I did that wrong. I'm sorry. Why do I do that phrase wrong?
If you made a mistake or if one of the musicians made a mistake, you had to do it all over again. You had to go and do the whole thing. You couldn't just do one little part, which you can today.
Now, don't hold time so long, Eddie, and that'll do it.
Never had time.
It was like, what you hear is what you got. We all played, they sang, they mixed. When you left the studio, you had a record.